The story begins with a short recap of the first movie, showing how Nick and Judy exposed Mayor Bellwether's entire secret plan and became the heroes of the city. Nick officially joined the ZPD, making them Zootopia's first bunny-fox duo. The new mayor, Patrick, hosts a grand celebration for the city's weather wall, so that every species can live in their perfect climate. Just as Judy and Nick are about to start their case, Bogo hands over a corrupt customs workers case to the senior officers and tells them to only observe. However, Judy and Nick secretly reach the mission area, dressed up as a couple carrying a toy baby. Snotley stops them, but Nick distracts him by telling an emotional family story. Judy checks the container, but Bogo's radio call breaks their cover. Snotley runs away with his van, and Judy and Nick chase him in a pig car. The chase reaches the middle of a parade. Finally, the van crashes into a pole, and Judy stops it before it can reach the crowd, but a new statue gets broken. There, she finds a reptile skin on the ground. Later, Judy watches an influencer's video explaining that there used to be a reptile community in Zootopia, but they were kicked out of the city years ago. Judy tells Bogo about this and shows him the scale, but Bogo refuses to listen. Both receive a warning and have to attend a partnership workshop. The coach tells them to improve teamwork, but Judy and Nick feel like the other Judys are making fun of them. At night, Judy sees on the news that the Linxley family's old journal has resurfaced after a reptile attack. A pamphlet related to the Zootonian event is found in the evidence. Judy shares her theory with Nick, saying that if they solve this case, their names will be cleared. Nick is reluctant, but agrees. They sneak into the Zootonian gala in fancy disguises. The journal is kept there in a reserved section. Just as Judy goes to take it, Bogo arrives and everything goes wrong. Nick falls down and spots another reptile skin. On the platform, Nick sees a huge snake, but Bogo catches him immediately. The snake attacks the stage and runs away with the journal. Judy chases him. The snake explains that he is not dangerous and that the Linxleys are hiding the truth about the journal. Just as Judy is about to listen, Nick arrives and knocks him unconscious. The Linxleys tell the police to kill the snake, but Judy finds everything suspicious. The snake accidentally bites Bogo, and as the police arrive, they push the snake off the balcony. A badger picks him up and runs away. Judy and Nick are blamed for helping the snake. Sliding down an ice slope with the journal, they fall right into the hands of Mr. Big's men. It is announced on the news that Judy and Nick are criminals. The Linxleys pressure the mayor to destroy the snake in the journal. Mr. Big gives them new identities and a car to escape. But Judy refuses to stop because she wants to save the snake and bring the truth forward. Frou Frou sends them to Nibble. Nibble takes them to the Marsh Market, and then to a hidden reptile refuge inside an old ferry where reptiles live in hiding. Inside, Nick confesses that he feels uncomfortable around reptiles. Just then, a secret door opens, revealing a whole hidden reptile town. Nibble introduces them to Gary, who reveals that the truth written in the journal can only be seen with reptile heat vision. He explains that reptiles were banned after a tourist's death and the Linxleys seized their land. Suddenly, the police reach the refuge. Gary helps them escape through a secret tunnel, but at that moment, Pubert steals the journal and runs away on a boat. Judy immediately runs after him, and Nick follows. Chasing them over the water, the police push Judy, Nick, and Pubert into a large pipe system where breathing is difficult. Judy almost catches Pubert, but she faints due to a lack of oxygen. Nick opens an emergency hatch and pulls them both out, but Pubert slips away again. Inside the pipe, Judy finds a bag containing a book about flowers. Two goat brothers tell them that these flowers grow on top of a mountain lodge. Judy and Nick grab a rope and start climbing the mountain. Nick is not in the mood to climb, and keeps mimicking Judy's voice to irritate her. Midway, their recorder falls and breaks. When they reach the lodge, the police arrive too. Seeing the recorder, the police realize Judy and Nick are there. Inside the lodge, Judy finds snakeskin, and Nick warns her that the officers are very close. In a newspaper, Judy finds Ebenezer Linxley's plan. He wanted to frame the snakes to expand Tundra Town. Judy also finds a photo of Gary's family. Nick says out of fear that they should abandon the case and run, but Judy insists that they will reveal the truth together. Suddenly, the police attack the lodge, breaking the house into two parts. Nick gets captured, and Judy gets lost in the debris, but Robert saves her, and Gary is also there. Judy has to choose whether to rescue Nick or expose the truth with Gary. She chooses the truth, while Nick tries to escape the police on his own. At the last second, Gary takes Judy out before the lodge collapses. When she regains consciousness, Judy sees that Gary has been caught by the police. The mayor interrogates Nick, but he says nothing and is sent to prison. Milton gives the final order that the Tundra Town expansion will happen now, and that Judy, Nick, and all snakes must be eliminated. Kitty brings Robert's hair as evidence, which leads to an order to hunt Robert as well. On the way, Gary assures Judy that they will definitely save Nick. Gary suddenly slips out of his cuffs, and both reach Pubert's hideout. Pubert reveals that after getting Gary's letter, he had secretly smuggled documents to help him. They light a fire and read Gary's hidden pages. The truth in the journal is shocking. Gary's great-grandmother, Agnes, was the real creator of Zootopia and the weather wall. Ebenezer had stolen her idea and replaced Agnes's name with his own in the journal. Agnes's maid saw the truth, but was killed, and Agnes was threatened into silence. The reptiles were driven out of the town using lies. The maid had hidden and saved the original patent. Looking at an old photo of a tower, Judy makes a plan that they must turn on the power switch and find Agnes's room to get the patent. Milton traces Judy's phone and finds their location. In jail, Nick meets Nibble and confesses his fear that Judy will leave him. Nibble makes a key for him and helps him escape, but the alarm goes off. While running, Nick accidentally frees all the prisoners. Flash picks him up at high speed, and Bellwether escapes too. Meanwhile, Judy and the team head toward the weather wall. The police follow them by tracing their phone, so Judy breaks it. A fire breaks out at the festival while the police chase them. Gazelle helps them, and the zebras stop the officers. Nick finds out that Judy is at the access door. Linxley orders Judy to be brought down with a tranquilizer. Judy and the team run toward the door as darts fly at them. Nick zooms in using Flash's car and rescues them. Judy and the team go inside the wall, but Nick is left outside. Inside, Judy follows a tunnel to reach the control switch. She turns the switch on and searches for the tower buried in the snow. Seeing Nick's fight on the CCTV, she goes to help him, but Pubert pulls her inside. Suddenly, Pubert turns around and injects Judy with a serum and throws Gary into the freezing zone. Pubert says he will prove to his family that he is not an underdog. Judy tries to stop him, but he runs away. Judy and Gary struggle with the effects of the serum while Nick searches for them inside the wall. Pubert injects Nibble too. Judy watches everything on the screens. Nick reaches a chamber with extreme weather conditions and faces weapons. Gary tells Judy that she made a real difference, and this is the Zootopia his grandma wanted to build. Gary tries to heal Judy, but she faints. The police surround Gary. Nick and Gary continue to fight with their last bit of strength. During the heavy fight between Gary and Pubert, Gary sees the antivenom in Pubert's bag. Nick clashes with Pubert, and Gary screams to get the antidote. As they fight, the ice beneath them starts to crack, and the antivenom slides toward the edge of the platform. Nick pauses for a second, says he is ready to die for Judy, risks his life, and throws the antivenom toward Gary. Gary immediately injects Judy, and she slowly regains consciousness. The ice breaks apart, and Nick begins to slip down. Judy runs, jumps, and catches his hand, saving him from falling, while Pubert falls into a deep pit. The two hug each other tightly, and Nick finally confesses that their differences do not matter, and only Judy matters to him. He is just weak at expressing his emotions. Their romantic moment begins, but Pubert flees on a snowmobile to destroy the patent. The team immediately starts the chase. While running, Pubert calls his father and tells him the whole truth about the patent, Agnes, and all of Linxley's frauds. Judy and Nick arrive just in time. On one side, Gary and Nibble get into a full fight with Linxley, while Judy and Nick go after Pubert. Using a smart trick, they push a truck to break through heavy bushes and reach Pubert. Judy attacks Pubert, but he overpowers both her and Nick. Just then, Gary and Nibble arrive and save them. The mayor, who is now fed up with the corruption, takes action himself and removes the Linxleys from power. Pubert is arrested again. A few days later, Gary, Nibble, Nick, and Judy walk through the reptile town and find Gary's grandmother's old house. Inside, they find Agnes's preserved work. Gary opens a box where the original patent is kept safe. Pubert tries one last time to burn the house down, but the police arrive immediately and catch him again. The news spreads throughout Zootopia that Nick, Judy, Gary, and Nibble have exposed the Linxley family's years-old scam, leading to their arrest. The Marshmates are made an official part of Zootopia. Judy and Nick are honored for their bravery. The reptiles are finally welcomed back into the city, and Gary gets emotional upon meeting his family. Nick gifts Judy her carrot recorder back in a sweet moment. The movie ends as the two head out on a new mission, their next duty being to track down the prisoners who had escaped.